Dylan Evers on the track. Todd Hutton on deck.
Uncover your eyes, see what's outside. Eventually we'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if and what if I could see you like I saw you the whole time? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Poison my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you
Welcome to Wisconsin underscore at TV. We're getting ready to rock and roll for night number 2 of the National Auto Racing Club Knoxville Nationals. 360 Sprint Car Series open setups. We had a good at night number 1. Lots of very hard racing. Qualifying just got over with. Heat race number 1 drivers, they're going to slowly roll out onto the racetrack and they're going to set the tone for tonight's race. Lots of new drivers that did not enter in night number 1. They are definitely here for night number 2. And we will invert the top 8. That's how open qualifying works. One car at a time, and then best lap times. They're going to invert the top 8. Here's a grid out there on your race screen right now. Todd Hunt, number 98 machine. He'll be on a pole with Chris Marcantino. Very good run. Top 10 finish for the number 28 machine in night number 1. Joe Howe, the 43 machine. Driver from New Jersey. Bruce Kling to his outside. Keith Bradley will be starting there in 5th with Todd, the number 94 of Todd. They're in that 6th spot. Rubber Boggs 7th. Zach is going to be 8th place, and Patrick Cobb is going to round out the race field. They're in that 9th and final position. Driver out of Indiana. So we're stacked up, we're packed up here, ready for night number 2. $530 purse is on the line. We're going to stand on the loud pedal, kids, and here we go. We're going to do a little bit of shimmy and shiving down into turn at number 1. One guy just goes absolutely flying across a racetrack. That's the number 94 machine of Todd. And the yellow flag is going to wave. He does have a quick repair, but my goodness, almost went out of the park there. Here we go with the replay. Early on, crashing. Little beating and banging already. Number 71 machine down to the bottom side of him. They just touched wheels, and man, wrong spot, wrong time, and he definitely almost went out of the park. Slams the outside wall. Luckily, man, kind of stopped flipping right there in front of the pits. So back to live mode, back to race mode. That's how the field's going to shake out right now. Todd Hutton's still going to be our race leader. Started on pole, still there. Chris Marcantino right there behind him. Joe Howe, Bruce Kling in top 4. That's how it's all going to shake out. Here's the event format up there on your race screen. Open qualifying, 2 laps. Best time accounts, obviously. 5 heat races here tonight, just like night number 1. Invert the top 8. We're going to do 10 laps. And then the top 4 goes straight to the Mac Daddy Show here tonight at Knoxville Raceway. You have the D main, we'll have the C main, we have the B main as well. Top 4 transfer out of there. We'll have to verify the B main. I think it was like top 6 out of the B main yesterday. Regardless, we'll verify. In the feature main events, 24 cars, invert the top 8, sit them out there and let them have fun for 25 laps. Green flag back out. Outside shot of the race field. It was a single file restart, so everybody knows the tail right now. A little bit of a slide job there for the number 7 machine of Zach. Caution laps do not count here in the heat races. Actually, in any of the races. Zach, he's a hard charge as of right now. He's moved up 2 spots, but he's still way back there in 6th place. He needs to find 2 more spots. He has Keith Bradley right there in front of me. He has one guy blinking in and out. That's going to be Robert Boggs. Robert Boggs, a 51 machine, right there behind the number 7 car, the all white and blue car. Trying to rip the lip, trying to grip and rip around the high and scary side. Robert Boggs trying to figure out something. But right now on board with the number 7 machine, trying to get to the bottom side of Keith Bradley. Not able to do it as of right now inside the cockpit. Slow and smooth as fast as what the front wing says. But I don't know, man. You got to make up some spots, Zach. They're swapping up here for P2 right now. The 43 machine, Joe Howe has it. Chris Marcantino, he did have P2, but lost it. Trying to get to the inside of the 43, not quite. We're 3 minutes and 37 seconds into heat race number 1. Laps 7 and 10 is what we're working. These drivers work down into turn 1, trying to hustle and bustle down the back straightaway. That's Bruce Kling and that number 21 machine right behind Chris Marcantino right now. Bruce trying to get to the inside. Will he be able to do it? Down to turn number 1. Slide job is not clear for Bruce Kling, and he'll have to check out of it. Very tight racing right now. It's 81 spot for that last and final transfer spot. Bruce Kling, the 21 machine, he has that last and final transfer spot. But the number 7 machine of Zach Janis is trying to make something happen. Down the backstretch, gets to the inside of Bruce. Bruce is going to try to close him down, squeeze off that bottom side line. The 7 car's cleared, does not take the outside line. White flag is going to wave. Slide job for that last transfer spot. Bruce Klingen tries to do the crossover, and they're going to drag race down the backstretch for the final time in the turn. And number 3, Bruce Klingen, he's going to slide up the P4. Zach's going to try and power himself off in turn 4 and to the finish line. Bruce Klingen outside of the bubble. Checkered flag waves for Joe Howe. Man, that was a battle all the way to the end for that last and final transfer spot. Over 40 drivers have entered in. Here's the final results up there on your screen. Joe, Todd, and Chris, and Zach, top 4. Bruce, Keith, Robert, Patrick, and then Todd. They'll have to work their way from the lower mains and probably have to do some alphabet soup work. Here's a grid for heat race number 2. Kevin from the country of Texas. He'll be on pole with Zach J. Miller to his outside. Dylan Evers, Team SSR, the 813 machine, will be starting there in the 3rd spot. Chris Shafir, the number 23 with Wide Open Motorsports. He'll be starting on the outside of the 2nd row. Justin Sherman, the 00 car, he'll be starting there in 5th with Ryan Washok, number 77 from New England. He'll be starting there in the 6th place. Brady King, SSR, Silma Racing, number 14 machine, will be starting 7th with Greg Lamy Jr. Elbows Up Sim Sports driver, the number 99, will be starting there in the 8th spot. Greg did believe he qualified in the top spot. We'll verify. And then Hunger Buster of Kale did not show up for night number 1, but he's ready to rock and roll for night number 2. Qualifying results are up there on your race screen. If I can hit the right buttons. There they are. So Greg did qualify in P2 once again. Now remember, Greg won night number 1 by 6 seconds. He qualified P2 last night as well. He said he needed to work on his corner exit. Don't know how you work on it when you're 6 seconds above the race field. Here we go. Stack them up, pack them up. Zach J. Miller and Kevin, they're going to lead this field off to the races. 10 laps, top 4. Got some very fast drivers in here. Justin Sherman put on a very good show there in the Mac Daddy show. Finished there in I believe the 3rd spot. An all-white car. Watch out for Justin Sherman. You have Chris Shafir. He shows up week in and week out. And the number 77 machine, Ryan Warshak, he was there in that 2nd spot there in the Mac Daddy show all night long. But I think overall finished there in 4th spot in that all-chrome 7 car. Nose to tail racing. Everybody fighting for that same real estate just like last night. The track is getting broken in, just like these drivers were racing at. And right now, look at Zach J. Miller. He is getting freight train there on the high side. The 27 machine is stuck right smack dab there in the middle side of the racetrack, and he has absolutely nowhere to go. And now Miller is pedaling backwards. Outside of the top 4 now, Miller's going to try to squeeze his way up to the high side. Not quite. The 14 machine of, or the 813 of Dylan Evers said, no thanks, man. He's still trying to make it up there. Blinked in and out at the worst spot, too. So Zach J. Miller has lost 4 spots. Greg Lamy Jr. We'll watch this driver try to work his way up into the pack. Halfway home to mama this time by, and Greg is on the outside of the bubble. Fast racer Justin Sherman right there in front of you. You got Chris Shafir Kevin in front of him, and then Ryan Warshaw. So a lot of fast drivers in front of the night number 1 winner. We'll see if he can make it away up there 4 laps ago. It's a one-groove racetrack. Some way, somehow, the number 99 machine will have to figure out a way around these drivers. And he's going to go try the bottom side. Not quite. He's going to lose a little bit of speed coming off in turn 4 as they work down into turn number 1. And one guy hits the outside wall. That's Dylan Evers. He was inside the top 4, and he just hits the outside wall. Now he's back to 7th place. And Greg Lamy Jr. is still on the outside of the bubble. He's being shown there in 5th spot. He needs 1 spot to go straight to the Mac Daddy show. And right now, he has a little bit of gap there in front of him. 2 laps to go in heat race number 2. Green flag is still out. No cautions whatsoever. Washok has a lead. Kevin dropped back to P2. Justin Sherman still holds 3rd place. And now Chris Shapier is right on the bubble line. Everyone ripping the cushion. A one-groove racetrack. White flag is out. Night number 1 winner is outside the bubble right now. Trying to get to the high side. Not quite. Hits the Nerf bar. Now Chris Shapier drag race down the backstretch. For the final time in turns 3 and 4, the 99 machine slides right up in front of Shapier. Drag race to the line. Who's going to go to the show? And a show is giving it to Greg Lamy Jr. Chris Shapier outside of the bubble. He'll be finished there in P5. Dylan Evers, 6th place. Man, what a drag race. Results? There it is. So Greg, 1.220 behind the race leader. Shapier finished 1.228. 0.008. Missed it. Man, that was close. Very close. Last night's winner almost didn't make the bubble there. Here we go. Back to it. Another heat race. National Auto Racing Club. Marshall, number 87 machine. He'll be on pole. Then all wide little baby blue color. All black rims. Then you got Corey Austin, number 92 machine there to the outside Octane Inc. You have Mays from the crazy state of California driving the Caterpillar machine. Lane Stevens to the outside. He'll be starting there at 4th. Brent Hagen 5th. Brandon Garman, 6th place. Jeff Stewart, 7th. Jordan Eder, 8th. And then Seth Hagen will be back there in 9th place, rounding out the race field. Thank you all for tuning back for night number 2. If you guys were here in night number 1, you guys did not. You guys got a very good show. A lot of these drivers were putting on some very good racing. So we're going to redo it. Heat race number 3 is already off to the races, and here we go. Marshall's going to lead the field down into turn number 1. The 33 machine, Lane Stevens. He's going to try to take the lead early on. Slide job all the way up to the outside wall. Lane Stevens, the 33 machine, takes the lead down the backstretch. Lane Stevens won in the race lead, and he went out there and he got it. He moved up 3 spots. Cordy Austin is now in P2. Marshall, the driver that started in that top spot, has already fell back 2 spots. Has a little bit of gap to Brent Hagen, though. So that's going to help him out. You have Jeff Stewart back here in the 5th spot. Jeff Stewart made it from the D-Main all the way to the Mac Daddy show last night. And right now, he's in 5th spot. He needs 1 more. He's going to try to get around, run like the deer guy. And the number 95 machine is wiggling all over the place. Brent Hagen, crazy loose out there on the racetrack. 6th place, Jordan Eder. You have Mace back here in the Caterpillar car. Seth Hagen and then Brandon Garman rounding out the race field. So back up top, Lane Stevens. He is off to the races, and he has a pretty good gap out there on the field right now. Give him a 0.8 second lead. You have Corey Austin trying to hunt him back down, but we'll see if he can do it. Switching up lines right now is Corey Austin there in the number 92 car. Best lap times up there on your race screen. A 16.5 for Lane Stevens. That is a fast time out there for heat race number 3. Is going to be our race leader. And here we go. Here's a battle for the race, or for this last and final transfer spot. Jeff Stewart and Marshall, they're going to battle it out. Nose to tail. Jeff Stewart throws a slide job right in front of Marshall. Marshall going to try and do the good old classic switcheroo. Well, let's see if Marshall will slide up. A little slow slide job for Marshall. Stewart had to check out of it a little bit, but he will get wheel to wheel with him down the backstretch and into turn number 3. The 72 machine of Jeff Stewart. He's going to slide that thing up to 3rd place now. Marshall falls back to P4. Man, I wasn't for sure if Marshall was going to clear Jeff Stewart on that last slide job, just kind of throwing that lazy type of slow type of slide job. Regardless, drivers knew what they needed to do. Brent Hagen blinking in and out just a slight bit. White flag is going to wave to the race field, and man, Lane Stevens has looks like a very strong car for that number 33 machine driver for SSR Elite Sim Racing, and man, he absolutely dominated this one, winning that by 2.2 seconds. Last driver making it in right there, number 87 machine. Brent Hagen 5th, Jordan Eder 6th, Mace, Seth, and then Brandon Garman will have to go down to the lower mains. Very clean heat races here. So far, so good at least. Look at that engine cover. Some adjustments on that back wing as a couple of these drivers make. For the grid, Tony McGill, number 37 machine, will be on pole with Larry Rowan, the number 20 car, the 27 car, to the outside. Kurt Ney, 3rd place. Steve LGR Motorsports, number 47, will be starting there at 4th. Jeremiah, the number 20 car, will be starting at 5th. Colin Murphy, 6th place. Daniel Adam Joseph, number 75, Gas Monkey Sim Sports. He'll be starting there at 7th. David Flick, 8th, and then Scott Posey be back there in the 9th spot. What did these drivers learn for night number 1? I have no idea. I have no idea what I learned from night number 1. All I know is this track changes all night long. So if you're in that first heat race number 1, and you got into that top 4 spot, the next time you see this racetrack, it's going to be completely different. They don't get another shot back out there. They have a warm-up session. That's really not a warm-up session. It's kind of just a make sure everybody's ready type of warm-up. No one takes a racetrack. So man, you gotta better have some good teammates, or or hopefully you got some teammates here in these later part of the heat races. Even better, the B-mate. The NARC Racing League, they do not reset the racetrack. So this thing will be completely blacked out. The racetrack will be. And here we go. Pace trucks off the racetrack. Here we go. Double file. Stack them up. Pack them up. Green flag is going to wave. Wave the flag, man. That's a cool screenshot. I'm happy with that camera angle. Here we go. Green flag out. Tony McGill is leading the field. Kurt Ney, P2. Jeremiah, 3rd. Daniel Adam Joseph, the full name of his name. He'll be back there in 4th place. Colin Murphy right there in the 5th spot. Don't know exactly what happened right there on the restart, but man, Larry James, he has already lost 5 spots, and he's back there in the 7th spot right now in that all-purple car. Number 27. Joseph back here, he's already moved up 3 spots. They have the number 20 car. He's going to try to fight for the race lead. Almost got it, not quite. They're going to beat it. Bank 3 wide. 1 car slams the outside wall. 3 wide down into turn number 3. Some way, somehow, only 1 car got completely demolished. And that yellow flag is going to wave 1 lap shy of halfway. And Tony McGill, the driver that was in the lead, he's into the pits right now. Yellow flag waves, and here we go. Tony. Got to click on his name. Watch that outside car, the number 3, or that white car. Smashes the outside wall. And this heat race may have to come down to an end. One more time. I got to watch it. From chopper mode. 3 wide, a little bit of contact, overcorrected. He came down off the outside wall, though. And that's all she wrote. Back to live mode, back to race mode. Single file restart for the heat race number 4 fill. $530 purse is on the line. Night number 2, top 20 are locked into the top 20 points are locked in for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's where all the marbles is going to be. $125 to the race winner. Cool looking paint cars out there. Number 75 and then a 9 car. Daniel and Colin, they are teammates. They have the same paint scheme at least. I'm going to assume that they're teammates. Here we go. Green flag right is out. Daniel and Colin, they're both inside the A main as of right now. If they can help each other out and stay there. Halfway home this time by 3 minutes, 16 seconds into heat race number 4 and Steven. Outside looking in is this driver. Can the 47 machine make something happen to get inside the show in this heat race? Inside the cockpit, they're messing around up there for P2. Swift swapping spots up there. Track is already getting bumpy and slicked up. And here we go, Steven. He's going to throw the slide job. Is he clear? I have no idea. No, he wasn't. Number 9 machine, he smashes the outside wall. Had the 9 car there to the outside, and he knew he was not clear. He had to check out of it. Lost a little bit of speed, but not too much, though. After he hit the outside wall 4 laps ago, and he is way not clear there. Wait time. Check out of it. Steven trying to make something happen, and he is desperate to try to figure out how to make up one spot. The 47 machine trying to make something happen. Here's our race leader right here. Very comfortable lead for the number 20 car. Kurt Ney and Daniel Adam Joseph. They are battling it out tooth and nail 2 laps ago around Knoxville Raceway. How hard do you want to race that driver, though, for that position? Do you just want to give it up, let him have it, or you want to take the chance of both of you guys getting tangled up? And Colin Murphy trying to hold on to it. Trying to hold on to that 4th spot. Here we go. Swift swap for P2. Slide job for Daniel. Not quite. Kurt Ney, he'll do the crossover and get his spot right back down in the turn at number 3 and 4. Slide job misses him by inches. Drag race to the race line, and man, that was close. That was very close for a heat race. I wasn't for sure if I thought they may have were going to make contact there. I was a little scared, to be honest. Some way, somehow, every time I think they're going to make contact, they don't. Race info here at Knoxville Raceway. Track link 0.51 miles. Personal Evolution Company there in the top left-hand corner. SSR School Sim Racing down there on the bottom right are tonight's main sponsors. Nine cars. Here we go. Mason Inman. He had a decent night in night number 1. We'll see if he can capitalize. Did not qualify the best. Invert the top 8. But regardless, he's on pole, so that's okay. You got the man from the frozen land of Tim Elton out there to the high and scary side. Chris Forcey, you got Thomas Brandon back there in 4th place. Kenny Hoffman, the driver that made it from the D main, covered him a lot last night. He commented on the stream last night after the race that he ran a lot of laps, and that's true, man. He raced back from the D main, drove all the way back up to the A main. Lots of laps there for that 001 guy. Here's a grid. Mason, Tim, front row. Making up second row is going to be Thomas and Chris. Eric and Kenny, third. And Jake and Brandon, fourth. And then Jeremy, driver from Pennsylvania. Number 84 car wearing a flannel. Eric wearing a flannel of a fire suit there in that machine. Here we go. We'll get back to the flagman. Pace truck's going to be pulling off. Flagman has that green flag in hand. He's going to start waving it right here. Outside shot, beating and banging. Big time crash. One guy goes barrel rolling. I hit the wrong button. And it's Chris Forcey. Tough luck right there. Wrong spot, wrong time. He's going to try to get that thing fixed up. He does have a quick repair. And down to the turn number 1, chaos broke loose. Here's a replay from the spotter mode. Get a little bit closer angle. Just ran out of room. That was a pretty cool flip. If we're gonna have a yellow flag, let's at least have a cool flip. Here's a cockpit mode of him. Man, had an opening, and that's definitely the opening that you wanted to take. But man, that opening closed up pretty quick on him. No front wing for that number 34 machine. Cool looking paint schemes. Once again. SSR there on the side of Thomas Brandon's car. Number 84 machine of Eric. You have Kenny Hoffman back here in 5th place. 5.6 graphics there on the front wing. That front wing also says just send it. Jake Sonatag. We'll have a single file restart once again. I don't know how I feel about single file restarts. Don't know if I like them yet. Here we go with heat race number 5. Single file restart. Mason Inman steps on the loud pedal. We're back off to the races. Halfway right here, and we are battling it out. Eric has it. Kenny Hoffman all the way there to the high side. That is for the transfer spot right now. Kenny Hoffman looks like he may try to get the best of him. They're on the high side right now. Thomas Brandon is right in front of Kenny Hoffman. Bumpy backstretch down into turn number 3. Hoffman's going to go back down to the bottom side. Everything's going to stay as is right now. Halfway home this time by lap 5 of 10. 3 minutes, 18 seconds here in this heat race for night number 2. Heat race number 5. Mason Inman looking quite strong out there. Right rear tire all the way there to the outside wall. I thought he may have tapped it a slight bit. Tim Alton just kind of hanging back here in P2. Bottom side, there's a car. There's a race leader. Tim Alton slide job for the race lead. Mason Inman gets right back to his inside. Now will Inman try to redo that Slide job, no he won't. He'll stick it right back down to the bottom. Lap 7 of 10. We'll make it lap 8 of 10. Almost 3 wide racing for the race lead. Kenny Hoffman is making that 001 car pretty dang quick. Trying to make it 3 wide. He had a step on the brakes. 60 trying to get to the outside of Tim Alton down the backstretch. And man, that thing closed up quick. And 3 wide once again. 2 laps ago. Tim Alton is our race leader there in the 64. Kenny Hoffman's down on the bottom side. Mason Inman is going to lose both of those spots. So now Mason Inman back to P3. Thomas Brandon is out there on the bubble for that last transfer spot. Everybody's car. And no, man, Eric almost gets loose. He did get loose. Made contact with Thomas, though. White flag out. Kenny Hoffman gets the race lead, moving up 5 spots here in heat race number 5. Tim Mountain's going to hold on to P2. Mason Inman, 3rd place, maybe drag race with Thomas Brandon. Regardless, they're in the show. Mason 3rd, Thomas 4th, Brandon 5th. Jake Sonatag and Eric, man, almost had it. Got to the inside of Thomas Brandon, made a little bit of contact with his left rear tire and lost it. Come out of turn 4. Wing adjustments for that 27 machine already. So these drivers will have a lot of racing to do. We got some fast guys in here. Zach J. Miller back there in 4th spot. Brendan Garman 5th. Tony McGill will be starting there in 6th, and then Chris Forsay. Very surprised Chris is back here in the D main, but he's back in the very last spot of the D main at that. We'll see if he can work his way up front. These drivers wait to roll off. Here we go. It's crunch time now. We're in the mains. Heat races are over. Qualifying's over. Practice is over. We're getting down to business. Definitely don't want to end your 9 here in the D main for number 2. Definitely want to get some points. Set yourself up a little bit better for the A main or for Thursday night. Number 94 of Todd, he's back here as well. After a big crash there in his heat race. I believe it was heat race number 1 at that. Green flag out, only 8 laps, top 4 advances. One driver already just smashes the outside wall. That was Tony. Larry Rowan out to the races early. And there's Todd. He has already moved up one spot. Jeremy's back there in 3rd. Zach J. Miller trying to find his way there to the outside. They're in the number 27 machine. Got 2 drivers right in front of him. And that is the outside shot out of his visor. Got to be careful right there, man. Don't push the issue too early, but dude, you only got 8 laps. Top 4 advances. Zach trying to get around Jeremy. And looks like he may have now. 2 drivers almost made contact right in front of him. Absolutely love this view. And you can see the track, how slick it's getting. Throttle control is a must. See exactly what these drivers have to see. Tear off for Miller. Down the backstretch, you can just see how bumpy the racetrack is and how loose these cars are getting. Miller back on the brakes. Big time crash for Chris Forsay, and he smashes the outside wall, and his night for night number 2 is going to come down to an end. Jeremy's out. Tony McGill is still in it. And right now, number 94 machine of Todd has that last and final transfer spot. But man, you could throw a blanket over the second, third, and fourth place cars. Racing hard here in the D main. Lap 6 of 8, just 2 more laps to go this time by. And a big time shove from the 94 of Todd. He wanted that spot. Zach J. Miller trying to shut the door, but not quite. And now, man, Larry is pedaling backwards now. Larry, our race leader, just lost 2 spots with 1 lap to go now. 1 lap to go out here on Knoxville Raceway. And Brandon Garman has it. 94 of Todd, he has P2. Larry P3, Zach J. Miller 4th, and Tony McGill needs something to happen with these top 4 drivers. And does not look like it's going to. As a checker flag waves, Garman is going to win this thing. Man, Todd went down to the bottom side. Miller tried to shut the door, and Todd said, no thanks, man. C main event. Here's a grid lineup. 10 laps for this one. Brady King, SSR Elite driver, will be on pole with Mace from the crazy state of California. Absolutely love saying that. He'll be to the outside. Scott Posey third, and Eric with ECB Industries, number 84. He'll be starting there in the 4th spot. Making up third row is going to be Patrick and Hunger Buster of Kale. Kale did not make night number 1. Glad to see him in night number 2. Seth Hagen here in 7th place, and Brandon Garman in 8th. Todd 9th. Larry 10th place, and Zach J. Miller. So remember, Brandon Garman, Todd, Larry, and Zach J. Miller. Those are drivers that just got done advancing from the D main. They know how this track is, too. Curious if they make any sort of setup change. Stack them up, pack them up. Here we go. C main event. This could get sketchy. Green flag out. And it's got sketchy. Big time sketchy. Everybody scrambling for position. 4 wide down into turn number 1. We have one car that just got T-boned. And now he's flipped to a side. Green flag is still out, though. I think it was Eric and Seth. Seth, this night's going to come down to an end. Breaking down the race field, Brady King is our race leader. Patrick Cobbs trying to hold down P2, but side-by-side racing multiple rows deep. Number 90, the 89 machine of Mace. That's a Caterpillar machine. He's going to try to slide. Thought he was going to try to slide it up through the cushion, but he's not. He's going to leave one lane out there for Patrick Cobb. Patrick Cobb gets loose, and they're going to rip and grip down the backstretch and into turn 3. Top 4 advances here out of the C and main. We had 11 drivers. Only 10 drivers are surviving right now. And it is absolutely anybody's race. Bunch of hungry hounds right behind Mace right now. Patrick Cobb is being dedicated out there to the high and scary side. You have the 18 machine of Brandon Garman in this last transfer spot right now. Cockpit mode. Looking right out of the driver's visor here at Knoxville Raceway. Mace trying to hold it down. Brady King is absolutely gone. The last thing Brady King wants to see is a yellow flag here in the C main, and there it is. Goodness gracious, I just jinxed you, Brady King. Yellow flag is going to wave for the first time here in the C main on lap 6 of 10. 1 minute and 44 seconds of racing. And goodness gracious. We had 1 car out. Now we have 3 cars out. Todd, Kel, and Patrick Cobb. Big time crash. Here we go with the replay. Oh, man. Hunger Buster of Kale. The Dairy Queen machine. Man, you talk about the wrong place at the wrong time. That is this guy. Check this out. My goodness, man. Back to live mode, back to race mode we go. Man, absolutely got destroyed. Brady King had a huge lead. Almost a full straightaway, if not more. Personal Evolution Company there on that front wing as well. Purple rims. Flat, like a flat matte type of purple. It's not even a chrome. Interesting. Then you got the yellow machine. The Caterpillar car. It's a pretty cool color sway there. You got a purple and a yellow. Brandon Garman, kind of a quiet night here in the C main. Kind of a quiet night all race long. Man, he was just stuck right onto that inside berm, and he was just minding his own business. He's getting the job done, though. Scott Posey. He started there in P3. Right now, he's there in the 4th spot. Brandon Garman is a hard charger as of right now. Garman moving up 5 spots. Sorry, Zach J. Miller's moved up 6. We'll see if Miller can do anything with that 20. That Trading Paint is 27, and up there on the scoring tower is 24. But here we go. Green flag back out. Lap 7 of 10. We'll make it lap 8 of 10 now. Here we go. Zach J. Miller's on the is inside the bubble right now. Larry Rowan, the driver that won the D main, 3 wide right back behind him, and that ain't gonna work, kids. Driver spins out, 2 drivers spin out. You gotta go when you gotta go. That driver's trying to make it 3 wide and almost wiped out all 3 of them. Larry, the driver that won the D main, he's on the outside of the bubble right now. Lap 9 of 10. Down the backstretch and into turn at number 3. Everybody's down, hugging down that bottom side berm. No one wants to give it up. You have to switch up your lane, maybe. White flag is going to wave. The 27 machine of Larry trying to find some way, somehow, around Zach J. Miller. Down the backstretch for the final time here in the C main. Watching on board, top 4 advances. Everybody just knows the tail, and no one can get underneath. And the checker flag is going to wave, and Zach J. Miller will advance to the B. Brady King, big time statement there. Absolutely dominated that C main event. Won by a second, 1.3 seconds. We continue on through the night here at Knoxville Raceway. You can see definitely how the track is changing. So we get ready to rock and roll here with the B main. The speedway lights are definitely on. It is definitely pitch black out there now. And I always say, man, once the speedway lights come on, you know, you qualify in the daytime. Heat races are somewhat in the daytime. And then, man, once the main start, it gets dark. The speedway lights come on. The adrenaline starts flowing even more. The heart rate's up. I really wish one of these drivers would have a driver cam with the heart rate monitor so we can check in on them. That's something I may have to try to do for Thursday. Try to find someone to do that. If they have a heart rate monitor. Here we go with the grid. Lots of drivers in this one. Oh yeah, I said I was going to verify. Last night I kind of got it wrong. Okay, yep, this one says B main, top 4 advances. Here we go. Next time by, we'll be going green flag racing. Bruce and Chris, front row. Brent and Steven, they're in the second. Third row is going to be Brandon and Keith. Dylan Evers and Jordan Eder is back there in 7th and 8th place. David Flick, Jake Sonatang. You have Robert Boggs and Brady King in this Bravo main event. And you have Mace, Brandon, and Zach J. Miller in it. Top 4 advances, 15 drivers in it. This could get sketchy. Waiting for the green flag to drop. Very slow start for Bruce Klingen. Waiting and waiting. His steps on the loud pedal. We already got crashes. Everybody out of control. Will they throw the yellow flag for that restart? Don't think they will. And that is Brandon that got crazy loose. He's back to last place now, losing 10 spots. Started there in 5th spot. He's back in 10th. That ain't a good start. Is the outside shot of the race field. Here's our race leader, Bruce. You have Brent Hagen run like the deer guy, the number 95. He's trying to hang to that back gas tank of Bruce. Bruce getting a little loose down there to the bottom side. First car all the way to the outside. That's Keith Bradley. Putting that right rear tire next to the outside wall and letting it rip. And check this shot out down the backstretch. A bumpy backstretch. Yellow flag's going to wave right when I switch to this camera. Yellow flag out here for the B main on lap number 4. Did not have the best of starts there. Some guys got some loose and a little beating and banging. And then they run 4 more laps and the yellow flag is going to wave. We'll see what happened. This is what caused the yellow, and man, hold on to it, Steven. Man, came right back down on the racetrack, trying not to. Check this out from another angle. Smashes it, smashes that guy, smashes the wall once again. He pops it up into a bicycle. And man, the 22 machine. Inside the cockpit of Brandon, the guy that just got absolutely demolished. You can see that. He tries to go low. Man, just gets clobbered. Double Deuce Motorsports driver. Back to live mode, back to race mode we go. Bruce Klingen, he'll be a race leader once again. Getting a little bit loose coming off the corners. I've seen a couple of times. Brent Hagen running a very strong race here in the Bravo event. Hanging right back to that gas tank of our race leader, Bruce Klingen. Keith Bradley, he was a first car all the way to the outside wall. We'll see what, I'd like to see how that shakes out. High side or the bottom side, which one do you want to take? Big time cushion there at Knoxville Raceway. There, turns 1 and 2. We going back to green flag racing. Lights on the pace truck is off. Slowly rolling down the backstretch. Single file restart for these drivers. Top 4 advances, 15 drivers in this B main event, 12 laps. Green flag back out. Bruce going to lead the field back up under green flag. Inside the cockpit for a little bit for Jordan Eder. Chris Shafier's in that last transfer spot right now. Shafier trying to hold it down for Wide Open Motorsports. Trying to hold that bottom line, trying to hug that inside berm, slips off of it just a little bit. And here comes Eder to the outside now. Jordan Eder had a very good run down the front stretch into turn number 3 and 4. He's hanging loose. out there next to the outside wall, down the backstretch once again. Outside shot of the race field. Bruce Klingon still leads it. Keith Bradley, he's going to pass Brent Hagan there on the outside for second place. But everybody's trying to watch this fourth place, and we are side by side down the backstretch. Jake Sonatag kind of lurking right there behind him. Slide job for Chris Schaefer. He wasn't clear. They made contact. And man, tough break for that driver there. Went from fighting for fourth place back to ninth. Now Jake Sonatag, the driver that I just said, he was just kind of lurking. He's in the catbird seat. He's in that fourth spot. Brady King, though, very fast driver, trying to get around him. Last lap times are up there on your screen. Brady King with a 17.8, and you can see why. They're in the apex of these corners, man. He has found something with that 360 sprint car of his. And he's going to get around Jake quite easily now. Now Brady King's in that last transfer spot. Brent Hagan, though, not the best of lap times. Ran an 18 flat that time. He's still in that third spot, though. Kind of has a little bit of a cushion. Not much, so coming to a white flag. Bruce Klingon is going to capture it, and here we go. We're going to race it out for the lead. Here in the B main, slide job for Brady King, or for Keith Bradley. Bruce Klingon crossover quite easy for that driver, and here we go. Third place, fourth place, Brent Hagan. Can he hold on to it? That's Jordan Eder there in the orange machine. And the number 95 machine, Hagan, is going to make it into the Mac Daddy show. Brady King, third place. Bruce Klingon is going to fall back to second place with Keith Bradley. Man, I thought Bruce Klingon had the B main all wrapped up down the backstretch. But that wasn't so. As warm-up sessions underway now, the outside shot here at Knoxville Raceway, and just a pristine racetrack that this is. Practice is over. Qualifying is over. Heat race 1 through 5, the D main, the C main, the Bravo. Getting ready to rock and roll with the A main event. They usually take a 2-minute warm-up session to do whatever they got to do. And it's back under green flag racing. Greg Lamy Jr. barely made the A main here tonight, but last night for night number 1 won the feature event by over 6 seconds. Absolutely dominated. Starting in third, got the lead on lap number 2, and he was off to the races after that. Here in the heat race, man, he finished fourth by .008. So he'll have some work to do. Over 40 drivers here, $530 purse, $125 to the race winner here for the National Auto Racing Club. If you guys go check them out on Facebook at National Auto Racing Club. A lot of new drivers here for night number 2. Some drivers didn't show up for night number 1. As a checker flag waves, and here we go. We're going to get down to business here for the A main. Got to have a good night. Got to have a good night to set yourself up for Thursday. Top 20 in points are locked in for tomorrow night. I think there'll be, I don't know how many mains. I think the E. I think we start with the E main. And then one after another. Lots of fast drivers here. Lots of drivers from night number 1 that did not have a good night are here in the A main event, and they're set up quite well. So for the A main, let's get stuff kicked off. For the grid, Jeff Stewart, elbows up, Sim Sports driver. He'll have the front row. The number 72 machine. And Justin Sherman will be back there in a second place. Todd Hutton third. And Kenny Hoffman will be starting there in fourth. Jeremiah fifth. Lane Stevens sixth. Ryan Washchuk's a 77 car. He'll be starting in seventh. Joe Howell will be starting in eighth place. Kurt Ney ninth. Thelma Alton will be starting at 10th. Chris Marcantino, 28 machine, top 10 for him. He'll be starting 11th. From the country of Texas, Kevin, he'll be starting there in 12th place. 13th place is going to be Corey Asa with Daniel Adam Joseph, Gas Monkey Sim Sports driver, being 14th. Mason Inman 15th. Zach 16th. Greg Lamy Jr., the night number 1 winner, will be starting back there in a 17th spot. Marshall 18th. Colin Murphy 19th. Thomas Brandon, Keith Bradley, Bruce Klingon, Brady King, and Brent Hagan is the last driver to make it into the show. So here we go. We're stacked up and we're backed up. Fireworks are shooting off. The adrenaline is flowing out of the roof. Heartbeat is up. You know what you got to do, and you just hope that you have the right setup. And here we go. We're going to go A main racing for night number 2. Working down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Here we go. Breaking down the race field. Jeff Stewart. It went from the D main all the way to the A main last night. He started on pole, and man, a lot better setup for that driver. Lane Stevens. Look at that run to the outside. You have Justin Sherman. Good run for that driver last night. And then you have Kenny Hoffman, another driver that went from the D to the A. He's sitting there in 4th spot. Ryan Washchuk back to 5th. Jeremiah sick, Joe, but night number 1 winner. Of Greg Lamy Jr. is inside the pits. The guy that won night number 1 is inside the pits, sitting 22nd place. And the yellow flag is out. Oh, goodness. This is going to shake some stuff up for Thursday. We'll see what happened. No idea what happened. No one shows that they crashed, so we'll have to do the good old classic. Oh man, there it was. Just missed it. Check that out. 3 wide racing. He gets tagged there in the left rear tire, and everybody just... Man, he just, I don't know, gets clobbered. Jeff Stewart's going to be our race leader. Lane Stevens 3rd, and Justin Sherman will be sitting in 3rd. Kenny Hoffman 5th. Big time shakeup back there. Chris Forsay here in the chat said he's picking Greg for the dub, and Chris for, I think you just jinxed him, man. Big time jinxed him. We'll see if that helps out. Make that a 4. Yeah, there we go. Now we got the whole field there. Greg Lamy Jr., Corey Austin, and Thomas Brandon. Those 3 drivers are out. Thomas Brandon's in the pits. Corey Austin is showing out. Greg showing out. Brent Hagan's showing out. Man, tough break for Brent, too. Colin Murphy's showing out. Back under green flag. Here we go. Caution laps don't count. 3 wide. Kenny Hoffman finds himself as they grip and rip off of turn 2 down the speed bump that we call the backstretch. Jeff Stewart, very good restart there. Lane Stevens still holding down P2. Oh, man, we have more contact. One guy goes flying up in the air in front of the race field. Lane Stevens is barrel rolling down across turns 1 and 2. And we have lots of drivers. Our race leader of Jeff Stewart was in that. Goodness gracious, what is going on in night number 2 for the Knoxville Nationals? We have chaos all the way around the racetrack. If you had a driver that you picked to win, I don't know, man. Justin Sherman was in that. All the top 3 drivers. What a chaos start for the A main. I like it though. We'll try to find the yellow flag, man. There's a lot of stuff that happened there. Here we go. We'll try to break it down. Quarter speed mode so I can hit the right button. Here we go. Front 2 guys made big time contact. Justin Sherman in the wrong spot, the wrong time. So the top 3 drivers. And then Kenny Hoffman, he goes right through him. I don't think he had damage. One more time, and we got to get this right? We got to get this right. Figure out exactly what happened. You can see Jeff Stewart. He gets way loose in turns 1 and 2, turns right down the racetrack, and then Lane Stevens was just there. And then after that, it was all good night. One thing I like about Knoxville Raceway. Check out this cockpit mode from Mason Inman. That's exactly what this driver sees. Trying to stay off that guy on the high side. In some way, somehow, he made it through it. So back under green flag conditions, man, big time shakeup. Kenny Hoffman finds himself in the race lead. Ryan Warshaw, he ran P2 all race long last night, but ultimately fell back to 4th place in the closing laps. Jeremiah back there in 3rd place. And you have Zach Janis trying to battle it out there on the bottom side, that all gray and black car. So, man, this is an opportunity to get a lot of points here tonight, and we may try to make it 4 wide coming to the race line. And that is the battle for the race lead. Ryan Warshaw down to the bottom side. Kenny Hoffman trying to hang that car all the way out to the high and scary side, trying to rip the lip. Can we make it 4 wide for the race lead? Kenny Hoffman taps the outside wall. And Zach, the number 7 machine, is showing out of this race. He blinked out on my screen. He fell all the way back to 20th place. And there he goes, pops right back into the race lead, and he pops right back out. So that is not good for these drivers right there in front of me. Zach is being shown that he has moved up 15 spots. Here in the A main show, 15 spots for the number 7 car, 5 spots for Ryan. Jeremiah, he's already moved up too, and Kenny Hoffman started there in 4th, and he's found himself in 4th place as of right now. Big time move with Keith Bradley. He's all the way there to the outside with Brady King, trying to follow him up there to the front. So Keith Bradley, keep an eye out for this driver. Trying to make his way up to the front. He's up to 7th place, trying to work on Daniel Adam Joseph right now, trying to make a little bit of contact, a little bit of rubbing. No harm, no foul. Those drivers keep it going straight. Keith Bradley may try to get that spot and slide job right in front of Daniel, and he will. And another spot for the number 071 car. Chris Marcantino, a driver that had a top 10 finish last night, he's found himself in P5, so he is definitely improving. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx anybody else. But we are swift swapping spots all up into the top 4. Anybody's race right now. And oh no, Kenny Hoffman gets loose. He takes out a couple of drivers and more chaos. Halfway home, this time by. And more chaos as a suit out there on the raceway of Knoxville Raceway. And another top 5 drivers get caught up into more chaos. Don't know how that one all went down, but man, the Colt there on the front wing. Nobody's giving an inch. Man, if you can just survive this A main for 25 laps, I think you'll finish with a pretty good spot. And man, Chris Marcantino showing red right when I say knock on wood, don't want to jinx nobody else. We'll see what all happened to this 28 car. And there it is. Look at that to the left side of your screen. Joe Howe and Kenny Hoppin, they made contact. And then after that, it was that was it. Came right across the field and everybody else. Huge time contact for Keith Bradley, too. Keith Bradley's now being showed up to the 3rd spot. No front wing for Keith Bradley. Still has moved up an incredible amount of spots. 18 spots so far. Man, wrong spot, wrong time for this driver. We'll see if he can hold on to it with no front wing. I think he can. I don't know, though. He might. Flip a coin. Joseph right there behind him. He's kind of sitting in a pretty good spot. Ryan Warshaw, he definitely has a fast car. We'll see if it can hold together there in the closing laps. Frozen Land of Tim Alton's up into the 6th place. You have Brady King. He's moved up 18 spots, and I don't think he has a scratch on him. They're on the 14 car, the purple and yellow sprint car. Kind of a stacked up restart there. Here we go, back under green flag racing. Brady King, man, 18 spots. Definitely has a very fast car. Does not have a scratch on it. He has Keith Bradley up the 3rd spot with no front wing. That's the driver that he has to race with now. Green flag out. Lap 17 of 25. And there it is. Look at that. Slicing and dicing by the 14 car. And Keith Bradley is going backwards. That front wing is doing all sorts of damage to that 71 car. But man, Brady King definitely has some speed in that purple machine right now. And oh no, gets squeezed up to the outside. That could have caused big time trouble. That was Daniel Adam Joseph that slid all the way there to the outside wall. And they're going to race side by side with each other down the backstretch. And Brady King's going to pick up another spot if he can slide it right up in front. Not quite. He's going to leave one groove out there. Man, this is going to be fun all the way down to the end. 6 laps to go. The 20 machine, can he hold on to it? Ryan sitting there in P2. And man, the battle of the race is on for 3rd. And this 3rd place, this final podium spot. Brady King has it. Daniel Adam Joseph all the way there to the outside. You have Lane Stevens. He's slowly rolling into the mix now. Best lap time out there on the raceway is Zach, the number 7 car, back there in 9th place. And one guy driver gets stuck to the outside wall. Now it's Brady King. Brady King, big time driver mistake, and he's still getting beat around like a ping pong ball. Went from 3rd place all the way back to 10th. With only 4 laps to go, the driver that made an unbelievable race out of this thing gets glued to the outside wall. The 20 car still leading this thing. Can he hold it off? Can no cautions fly for him? Ryan back to P2. Lane Stevens still holding down 3rd spot. I think Lane wants to see a caution flag throw, though. Daniel Adams, and there it is. Caution flag waves. Man, I can just tell the future here tonight. 2 teammates were battling it out. Absolutely eventful A main show. 24 drivers made it. Only 15 drivers are still left with Bruce Clingan, the last driver. You have the guy that won night number 1 by 6 seconds is being scored in dead last place. You have Joe Howe out. You have Thomas Brandon. I think he's out of the race. Regardless, he's back at 22nd. Corey Austin is 21st. Kenny Hoffman is out, the driver that was battling for the race lead. Chris Marcantino, good run by him in night number 1. He's back in 19th. Bruce Clingan definitely had speed here tonight. He's being shown 18th. Kevin Grittenberg back at 17th. And then Jeff Stewart, the driver that made an unbelievable run all the way up to the A main last night, is being scored in 16th. He was another driver that was leading this thing. Unbelievable. Don't know exactly what caused that caution. We'll try to look really quick. But yeah, don't know exactly what all caused that. Maybe this? Oh yeah, there we go. Jeff Stewart and Bruce Clingan got into it once again. So back under green flag racing, and here we go. Lap 23 of 25. We'll make it 2 laps to go. Jeremiah trying to hold off the fast driver of Brian Warshaw. You have Lane Stevens in the mix. You have Marshall and these drivers all battling out for the 4th spot. The number 7 car is Zach, man, trying to split up the 2 teammates. He's going to try to force that thing 3 wide. You have Daniel Adam Joseph, the all-red car, all the way down to the outside wall. White flag is going to wave. One more time around, and this driver definitely has it locked up if he can hold on to it. Drag race down the backstretch. Ryan tries to close off the bottom line. Lane Stevens trying to find some way, somehow, get around Ryan. Will he be able to do it? No, he won't. 4th place is going to give it to Zach. Marshall's going to finish in the top 5. Daniel's going to finish 6th. And Tim Mountain 7th place. And man, just absolutely chaos all the way around this racetrack all night long. But the man that moved up 4 spots in the Mac Daddy show is this driver right here. And man, very good run for him. Ryan, another good run for Ryan. I think he finished P4 in night number 1. Right this time, finished 2nd place. Lane Stevens, another good run for this driver too. Hard charger here tonight. There it is, man. Look at all that green. Brady King moving up 4 spots. 7 spots for Mason Inman. 13 spots for Marshall. Zach moved up 12. And man, but goodness, look at all that red though too. Jeff Stewart moved back 12, or lost 12. Justin Sherman 12. Todd 12. Kenny Hoffman 18. So we jump into the Discord and we'll try to talk to these guys. Talk to the top 3 finishers. Checker flag waves. After 25 laps, man, that was just absolutely crazy. We'll try to talk to the top 3 finishers. The guy that finished in 3rd place is going to be Lane Stevens. And man, Lane, it was absolutely chaos out there.
For sure. The first like 5 laps, we wrecked the leaders and then came from the back and finished 3rd.
Yeah, a very good night for you. If I can get my right deal pulled up, man, you moved up 3 spots here in the A main show. Your car was nice and clean, didn't have a scratch on it, man. Just kind of the right place, the right time. Got a little bit of racing luck, or you just had a fast car.
I think a little bit of both. I had the bottom rolling really good and just stayed out of trouble.
What did you finish in night number one?
15th.
So then you finished third here, man. So big time improvement. I believe you'll be set up for the top 20 in points, man. So how are you feeling about tomorrow night?
Feeling really good. I finally got the setup figured out, and yeah,
Very cool, man. Hey, finish that third and last podium spot. Congratulations, man. You got any shout outs that you would like to give?
all the guys at SSR Elite and Tommy for putting on this league and all the admins. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool, man. We'll see you tomorrow night where it all counts. Lane Stevens finishing there in that third spot. But, man, the guy that finished in second place is Ryan Washok. And, Ryan, how's it going, dude?
Not too bad. Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Absolutely, man. Hey, well, dude, night number one, you was running in that second spot for a very good while. I think overall you finished in fourth spot, if I'm not mistaken. But, dude, night number two, I don't know if you had a setup change or what, man, but you looked a lot faster there.
Oh, the funny thing is after night one, even though I was running pretty well up there, the car to me was atrocious. It was just very bad, and I was struggling really hard to keep it up there and to try and stay fast. And I knew it was only a matter of time before somebody was going to buy me. So when I got home from work today, I went back to the drawing board and started from scratch. I started with a brand new qualifying heat and feature setup, and man, that thing was squared away.
Some chaos up front, man. We had everyone in the top five seemed like they were just dropping and wrecking lap after lap, man. What was your point of view?
I was racing with my buddy Tim Alton, and he in Discord with me, and I told him, I said, it's like everyone's running up top. I was like, don't run up top, man. I was like, it's awful up there. I was like, you'll end up wrecking up there. And then sure enough, a couple laps later, guys got into each other, and I just was very thankful that I was on the bottom and could stay away from that. And, it paid off dividends at the end of the race.
It's definitely going to be a shakeup in the for tomorrow night. There in the A, man. A lot of guys I thought would be starting up front. They might be starting in the middle part or the back part of the track there. So, hey, man, overall track looked like it broke in the exact same as night number one.
Yeah, it felt pretty much the same. I didn't really go up top to be able to know how much, that was exactly the same. Like I said, I ran the first couple laps up there because the game plan is that the first few laps with the fuel in it, it just didn't quite handle as good as it was going to. So the game plan was go up top, burn a couple gallons off, and then go to the bottom. And it was just so bad right off the bat that I didn't even bother with it. I went right to the bottom and just tried to stay as long as I could. But Jeremy Weigel is just an absolute animal when it comes to running through the slick. I don't know how he does it. My car, like I said, my car was great, and his car was just perfect tonight. He was just so good. He didn't make any mistakes. He went right through the middle. Like it, I don't know how he does it, but he does it so well. And I mean, I stuck with him a little bit, but he was pulling on me slowly but surely.
Well, man, a very solid finish at night number one and an even better finish here for night number two. So you have set yourself up quite well for tomorrow night there in the A main show where everything counts. So, man, good luck to you tomorrow night. And, man, you got any shout outs that you like to give?
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Timothy Alton, man. This season was not very good to me. I struggled quite a bit, and he stuck by me through the whole thing, and picked me up when I was feeling down and got me back to the way I know I can drive a race car. So a big shout out to him. The whole SSR community, those guys are fantastic. It's a great place for a new driver to learn and grow, and I couldn't have done it without him. And big shout out to Shea Paulo, who quietly behind the scenes is making some phenomenal setups. So big shout out to him, and Jeremy Weigel for just being the absolute best.
Very cool, man. Well, good luck tomorrow night, man. You've done awesome in night one and night two, and excited to see what you have for tomorrow.
All right, thank you. See you tomorrow night.
Thanks, man. And the number 20 machine of Jeromai, man, dude, dominating performance, man. Led lots of laps here.
Yeah, I got lucky on the redraw, I guess it was. I mean, I started fifth. Couple of real fast cars up front had some trouble. Uh, once they cleared, it was I knew what I had to do, and just put the hammer down and went for it.
Yeah, we had a lot of wrecking up front. I say a lot of wrecking. We had we had a lot of cars up front that got wrecked and were out of this race, man. What was your point of view? Was it just hard racing? Was it slide jobs not being cleared, or what was it?
It was just hard racing. I mean, the track was completely blown off tonight, top to bottom. I mean, it was very slick, but uh, I like a really slick track. It's kind of where my thing is. I get made fun of for being the guy just blowing through the slick all the time, but on nights like tonight, it works out for me.
Man, where did you finish the night number one?
Uh, 13th, I think. 12th. No, yeah, something like 12 or 13th, I think.
12th or 13th, and you finished in that top spot here tonight, man. Well, you look solid, dude. Did you make any setup changes from night one to night two?
I did actually. I went with a different shock package. We're on a test session earlier with the guys, and I actually got a shock package from Kenny Hoffman that he was using, and then I just kind of dialed it into my setup so it would fit.
Well, very cool, man. Well, dude, you looked very, very solid out here tonight. That car looked very, very solid as well, man. So good luck to you tomorrow night. For all the marbles, man, the second annual National Auto Racing Club Knoxville Nationals. I think you set yourself up quite well for that A main feature. So you got any big shout outs that you like to give?
Yeah, I gotta thank all my guys at Team SSR, Elite Sim Racing, all those guys. They know there's so many. They know who they are. Big shout out to Tommy Brandon and Bruce and Greg for School of Sim Racing. Highly recommend it. It's where I got my start. If you're new or experienced, it doesn't matter. Check them out. Schoolofsimracing.net. There's something for everybody. And then Personal Evolution Company, Fit Transportation. Yeah, that's about it.
Very cool, man. Well, hey, awesome job in night one and two, and excited to see you tomorrow night.
Appreciate it. Look forward to it.
Thanks, dude. Driver winning that thing right there, the number 20 car, Team SSR driver. Solid, man. Hillman and Ryan definitely had a huge gap on the race field. Lane Stevens finished there in that third spot. He said at practice session. I actually jumped into that practice session. I ran about a total of 5 laps and got ran over because I was so slow for those five laps. So I just jumped out of the test session. Didn't want to be in the way anymore. Man, it is tough, dude. Track is completely slicked, and it is all about throttle control. It was ridiculous. Don't know how these drivers making it 3 wide, 4 wide. Regardless, man, here's the A main feature results. Big time shakeup, like I keep saying, but man, it is what it is. A lot of drivers that had a very good night one did not have a good night two, and then it was a flip flop. Greg finishing there in the 24th spot. 24 spots, Greg. Joe Howell, 23rd. Kenny Hoffman, 22nd. Chris Marcantino, 21st. Thomas Brandon, 20th. Corey Austin, 19th. Bruce Clean, 18th. Kevin Gradenberg, 17th. Todd Hutton, of Keith Bradley. Man, Keith Bradley, I was excited to watch that driver. Moving all the way up to the front. Wrong spot, wrong time. Gets his front wing, his front clip, absolutely destroyed. And man, he just started falling back like a rock. Finished there in the 15th spot. Justin Sherman, that was another driver that I like to watch. Him and Jeff Stewart, 13th and 14th place. You had Colin Murphy, Brent Hagan, man, a bunch of big names back there. Brady King, very good run there in the 9th spot. Moved up 14 spots. Mason Inman moved up 7th. Frozen Land of Alton moved up 3rd. Daniel 18th. Marshall 13th spot there in the P5. Zach moved up 12th. A lot of green and a lot of red. But that's how it's all going to finish out. So top 20. Let me pull this up. Top 20 in points from night 1 and night 2. Goodness gracious. There it is. top 20 in points. Get locked in to tomorrow's night A main feature. Everybody else will have to fight their way up there. So we'll have it all covered. You know, Whiskey Global TV, either YouTube or Facebook. It doesn't matter which one. Just watch it somewhere. Share out the stream. Thanks for the likes and the shares and the comments. Much appreciated. We had a lot of Jinx drivers here tonight. But we'll be back tomorrow night, exact same time, 9:30 Eastern. Check out my Facebook page. I'll make sure I post something to verify some times and which main we start with. I think it's the E main. But it's going to be fun, man. $530 purse. That's what all these drivers are going to fight for. And we'll see how the dominoes fall at the very end. Congratulations to the 20 machine of Jeremiah, Ryan, second, and Lane Stevens, P3. Thanks for all for tuning in here tonight. Thanks for all the likes and shares and comments. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for all the marbles. We'll have it covered. Until then, everyone, please take care, stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy some iRacing.